Hey everybody, did you know you can go to colinmullen.com in order to get art and art prints? That's why I set up the website, colinmullen.com. So here's a really bad drawing I did, and instead of showing you that drawing, we're going to do a different one. But before we get into that, I want to thank the people on patreon.com/RevScarecrow who've made this whole thing happen. Obviously, there's a lot of you guys, but I want to do an extra special thank you to the people at the $5 tier or more, starting with my mom and dad. I love you. There are still paintings that are at their place. So if you're interested in getting one, it's $100 for a box of 2 to 4 random paintings of differing sizes. And what you get is what you get, because I don't know what's in them. My parents don't know what's in them. And you'll find out when you get it. But it'll be something that was available on the website, or I've done arcade on at some point, probably. Regardless, thank you to my mom and dad. Thank you, Ash316. I'm going to assume that's your name, ASCH. Correct me if I've got that wrong. Thank you, Michael Carr. Thank you, Josepher. Thank you, Egg. Thank you, Reverend Joe. Thank you, Retrograde. Thank you, Skelecorgi. Thank you, Gabriel Bennett. Thank you, Gala. Thank you, Freak Wannabe. Thank you, Dragon or Dragon, not sure which. Also correct me on that. Thank you, Toepoundor. Thank you, Chiptune Glitch. Thank you, Mortis. Thank you, Bep. Thank you, Ats. Thank you, Kayla Hollinger. Thank you, Amber. And thank you, Wap Fu. That probably just ordered super bad. Also, yeah, normally I do it in reverse alphabetical order, but Patreon Mobile does not allow you to sort based on alphabetical, so it didn't. And so rather than doing that, I was just like, well, if it's a little bit of a different order, then it'll be a surprise for everyone, and everyone will have a good time with it. So we're gonna try and do the least bad drawing of the day, because I don't know, man. Sometimes I just have really bad drawing days, and today is one of those. And rather than being hard on myself about it, or all that jazz, we're gonna instead just go, okay, that's the way it's going to be today. I'm going to do a little bit of a push to make sure that I get, some of my reps in. Keep strong on my art, despite the fact that, yeah, I'm having some art issues. Luckily, not having art block, which does mean that, I can kind of get around that. I've got an idea of what I want to do for my next series. I want to do some on black cats. I have 2. They're wonderful. Anyone who says they're unlucky has never met one, because they are beautiful and sweet, very compassionate kitties, both in their own separate way. We have 2 of them. Abby is very outwardly affectionate, whereas Herman is a little bit more of like a cat about it. Where he decides when and where the cuddles will happen. And, I'm all right with that. Because usually the times that he's like, hey, it's time for a cuddle sesh, I'm like, you know what, dude? It is, actually. You're right. Today I kind of like held him back for a second. I'm like, hold up. Let me get into the comfy chair. And he was like, you're right. I'm like, I know I'm right, boy. So we have chairs again. It's huge. I should probably, rather than working in details, should just like make sure that I get everything kind of roughly in the right spot. And that's kind of, I think, where I screwed up here. Again, just not having a good art day, man. Like, everything is kind of just, when I've tried to draw stuff, it just looks bad. I mean, you saw that lighthouse. I mean, like, some people's standards are different than mine. Mine are, and I think a lot of this I could have probably fixed just by maybe doing the outline first, then trying to work in details. But regardless, but yeah, I think I'm going to do some on black kitties, or black cats, I should say. And I don't know, they're great, and they're cool. I was gonna say earlier, I know I could probably get away with like not doing these arcades while this whole thing was going on, but like legitimately, like had it not been the support of y'all and the support of people who are buying my art, watching my videos, coming by streams and subscribing there, what have you. I don't know how I would have gone through this. I think that it would have been very difficult financially. It would have been very difficult emotionally. Being able to say, yeah, no, I'm an artist, and just kind of simplified things. It did make my life a lot easier in a lot of aspects. I think what happened here is that there's an arch here, and then there's a little bit. So this whole section is like a little too far forward. No wonder it looks too long. It's Slinkin' Cat. He's like, hey, what's going on over there? I need to probably get into the habit of using ink for drawings, because I have heard and have experienced how, you kind of have to like work off the errors that you've got. I don't feel like dealing with that today, I'll be honest with you. So I'm not. But should be able to get good at painting again by the time that the next arcade comes out, and then I can feel good about it. But I figure, you know what? It would not hurt to do a little bit of preparatory studies of Black Cat, since that's, a direction that I want to take my art. I'm also thinking about doing smaller paintings, maybe 8 by 10 instead of 18 by 24. And the main reason for that is our place is differently laid out. It's bigger, I think. It just feels smaller in some areas. Like, notably, like, rooms feel smaller. And I kind of got into the habit of having, like, a whole bunch of space. And now we're putting stuff in it. And it's like, oh. And also, USPS charges an extra fee if it's over 12 inches on any of the angles. Now, if I add like about an inch of packing, that puts us at 11. And so that would do just fine. These are the worst eyes. I am doing so bad today. I might get out and do a little bit of a walk around, maybe wake up a bit and come back to this. We'll see. I want to see how it looks by the time I'm done with it. I've done quite a few little sketches of cats recently, and they're interesting, man. They're cool. I really like cats. Great. It's especially black cats are very difficult to draw and paint, and photograph, but I don't do as much of that. But the main issue being that they're black. So, like, I don't know, getting your color values or your values in general is super important. Getting your just choices in what colors you're going to go with in the first place, also incredibly important, because, black cats aren't actually like black. They're kind of like a dark brown or maybe a dark blue, or they have little bits of black in them. And if you don't kind of take that in mind, this cat, despite the fact that it's like black, it's almost got like black on black stripes on its tail. This is based off of a random reference that I found on the internet. For the sake of, drawing, I think that's fine. But yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to get back up and going with like regular content this time 2 weeks from now, give or take. So I need to get like a drop cloth. I need to get stuff like that. I might do a little studio tour here in a sec if you want to see the ramshackle degree that this place is currently set up. I basically just like set up the shelf where I put my paintings previously, and now I'm just kind of like going off of that. I'm not really sure what's going on with its face over here, but I know that it's lighter like around the eye line and around the nose here, stuff like that. It almost has like almost a human looking face, which is kind of creepy, I'm not gonna lie. But also I'm doing kind of a bad job drawing it. we'll see if I actually like this painting by the end of it, and then we'll see whether or not I post this video or not. But regardless, I should be back into normal art here soon. And as a result, I just want to say thank you guys for putting up with the kind of scuffed videos. I didn't expect it to take this long for us to get our place, get situated, get everything together. But we did, you know, we got there in the end. I just do not recommend doing what we did, because what we did was incredibly stupid. We came up here without like a real solid plan aside from we're going to live here, and went from there. And I mean, it worked out, but again, I feel like that we got lucky, and that, you know, slightly different timeline, we would have not been lucky. We would have completely gotten devastated by this financially and been totally screwed over. But we didn't. So I guess that's more of a like you know, be real about the situations that you're in, and thankful for things not going to heck when they could have. It was definitely looking like it was going that direction for a minute, but we pushed through. We were able to get it together. We were able to find a good landlord who tends to like care about us, and I don't know, he seems like he actually really does care. Let's see if I can fix these eyes. I think they're just like too far apart. And that's like a really weird thing for me, because like I'm used to my landlord being anonymous company that doesn't care what happens to you, and like, oh, you can't pay rent. Hoo boy. Well, let us know when you find another place to forward your mail to or whatever. Or, you know, oh man, you got an issue with rats or something. Well, you know, I cannot get these eyes right today. We're not going to try and do the pupils because that's just not working for me today. Let's get the shape of the face a bit more right. They've got a very strong, defined jawline here on this specific instance of a cat. I'm just like, I think it's like, let me give it one last go. I mean, that's good enough for a sketch. There's definitely better drawn cats that I've done even. But to just make sure that I actually have one done, have a sketch done, I think this is good. If you guys like these sketch videos, let me know, by the way. Like, it seems like y'all do. And, like, obviously wouldn't take over regular content, but, you know, if I can do them every now and then, that would be cool, too. Maybe do, like, the sketch or the preparatory sketch of whatever I'm going to do for the next one. And then I'll actually have things in my sketchbook that are, you know, worth looking at, and actually advertising that I do that on Patreon, because like I say I have sketches to look at, and then I will post them, and I post them when I actually make them, which is like never, because I just don't sketch. I don't know, there's so many modern distractions to take us away from stuff like, you know, I don't know, doing the stuff that actually matters to us, spending time with our folks, or working on stuff that matters. And I could do that, or I could play a video game. And nothing wrong with playing video games, don't get me wrong. I love me video games, but you know, also like you can't be doing that all the time, and it's not, I don't know, I sound like a boomer now. You gotta express yourself sometime as well. For whatever little sketch, that's fine. I learned a little bit more about cat anatomy here. I think that I need to better define this area. The muscle structure of black cats is like kind of easier to see because of the single color silhouette. especially on like feral cats. You can definitely see it. You got a little bit of like, I don't know names of any of these things, but there's like this bit in the leg. There's a bit of a toe bean here. But like there's a little bit of the leg and there's like two bones on either side and there's a little fleshy bit in between them. And like that popped up when I was sketching it here. And it's like, oh, okay. So that's something that I need to be mindful of when I'm like drawing or painting them, that sort of thing exists. But I'm just having fun sketching now, even if it's like done. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, let me know. If you didn't, let me know. Either way, I will see you guys next time with hopefully a real painting. You remember when I used to do that? I'll see you then.